Welcome to some F1 Clash gameplay. Here we go, riders. RML Racing, first one in the chat, buddy. How are you doing? How are you on this fine, what we on today? Monday? Let's kick it off with a Japan race then, shall we? A little bit of strategy through the race. And Bobo, welcome as well. Nice to see a couple of you who are always watching with us here. Let's see what we can do from these positions, eh? Here we go, first race in. 7 laps of Suzuka. Starting P8, P15. Let's see what juicy little points we can get out of it. As he messes up the boost start already. Latifi up to P13. Perez sticking in P8. See how many points we can get. Until we get a bit of a sticky part in the opening. Oh, look at that for a corner. That's terrible. Absolute terrible. As we cut down, we'll do a 4-3 here. See how many points we can end up in Series 12. Got Perez absolutely going backwards. In Suzuka, what we got ahead of us? Few softs, few mediums. Let's see if we can find some rhythm from Sergio. Where's Latifi? P13. Texino, welcome. Nice to see you from my Discord channel as well. Hope you're doing well. Just going to try and bring some of my strategy guides to life in this gameplay. Probably on for about an hour and a half. We'll see what we can, see what you can learn. I know a lot of you watch my videos for me track guides. So we'll try and show you in the race what we can do. Oh, we've got a safety car. Cheeky little safety car. That will mean we're coming into the pits. So we're going to come round on lap 4. We're going to have 3 laps left. So I'm going to stay mediums. We're going to double stack with a good old safety car to start off this session. In we come. Cheeky double stack on the go as well. Oh, look how slow that pit stop is. This has been a very slow first race. Here we go then. RML Racing's had bag crates all day, entering the 4th week with a level 5 flow on 90 out of 100. Oh, that's like teasing, that is. It's always the way. You will always only ever get what you don't need until eventually you get it. And you'll probably get back-to-back crates as well, wouldn't surprise me. Texino's all good. Top 10 in Junior for the 5th time. Have you had a P1 yet, Texino? Or not? That's what we're after. We're after the old P1s. Well, let's get this safety car out the way then. See what we can do. We are pretty far down the order, but everyone's going to pit. So we are going to absolutely jump up the field. And here comes Sergio Perez using the safety car to our advantage. And we're up to P6 and Latifi into P12. And that soft tyre won't be going to the end either. And see what we can get done here. Perez up into 5th. And Latifi P11 to moving up. Moving up on the field. What's about Perez? We got any more pit stops ahead of us? At least one. And we're into we're nearly into P4. We've got Norris in the pits, I think it is. And we're past Gasly. Yep, into P3. Latifi coming down as well. Into P7. Eri Stark, welcome. Nice to see so many familiar names in the stream at the minute. Yeah, thank you for your continued support. Eri, Texino, RML Racing, Mbobo, appreciate you all very much. So, we've got Perez into P2 and we've got a pit stop for P1. So, here we go into first place. Latifi coming down the main straight now. Can we get ahead of the Mercedes? We can, and we're up to P4. And I haven't watched the tyres because Latifi is going to run out of tyres. Probably should have watched the tyre management, because that's going to probably lose me a position or two. What about Perez? Perez is long gone at the front. And we were P8 and P16 to start this race. And we've finished P1 for Sergio Perez. And what about Latifi? Latifi holding on to his tyres. You know, meant it. That's all part of the strategy, you know. Bring the AI back to you a little bit. And we come 1st and 5th in the first race. Nice cheeky 44 points from a mid and back start. First race of the day, done and dusted. RML Racing, just picked it up playing. You see people absolutely boosting away from you at the start. You wonder why. And then at the time, the team had it ourselves. And at the end of the day, teams were keeping it from other teams, so I wanted you to let sort of know what was happening. And yeah, I'm all about the community. I want you to do as well as you can, and I felt it was unfair to keep it back from you, so I made the decision to release it, and here we are. I think GWK's done a video on it since, but we were the first ones to physically let the public know. Matt, the thing is, like, I always say the same thing, and I don't know if you agree here or not, but if it was me watching, I'd want to know. I'd want to know what I'm missing out on. Like, why should I suffer? It was the same with swiping. You know, remember when you could swipe people? I didn't know that until about 2 months before it stopped. So, yeah, it's a shame, really, but... Eri CC points depending on first. I mean, it depends what they do. If they do the same as last year, you're going to need like a P1 in champion, or you want to finish as high as you can in the GPs, you want to get to Series 12, you want to get max flags, you want to upgrade absolutely everything. There's so many little bits and pieces to CC points. So, if you're not max at the minute, I'd probably wait till around... sort of what we're saying, March, end of March, and probably start moving up, because you want to max everything out as close as you can. Some of you won't max out. It's not expected that you're to max out either, but hey ho, that's how it goes. So I didn't use boosts here. I completely forgot. I thought I was playing on my own. Usually I don't use boosts in duels, so obviously when I'm streaming, I need to keep reminding myself to use them. So we are doing a 4-3, and that's probably one of the best strategies on here for Singapore. You can do a 3-4, but just need to be probably a bit more at the front. There's Latifi trying to make a move on Zhao. And hopefully, if a few of you stick around later on in the video, we'll do the same as we did last week, where you can pick the boosts I use, and I might also throw in that you can pick what parts I have to use, just to change it up a little bit. Would make it very, very interesting as well. Make me suffer if you dare, which I'm pretty sure all of you will make me suffer. So, lap 2, and we're just going to keep conserving at the minute. We've got Latifi very far down the order, which is very frustrating. But we'll see what we can do with him. And Perez safely in P5 at the minute, so he's going to get some good points. Eric, it's fine, mate. Absolutely fine, don't worry. We're still going to probably bring home this win. It's pretty close at the minute, but we'll give it a go as we start lap 3. Frederick, here he is, the man in the moment, picking self-control on Nicholas Latifi last week, and we absolutely smashed the race. So Frederick's back with another self-control boost, I imagine, as we lose a position to Norris, but not too bothered at the minute. He's on the soft tyres. I'm not going to waste any. RML Racing, mate. You can fit common parts to my car if you want to. Doesn't bother me. You can give me any setup and I'll use it. Whatever. Doesn't bother me. Even if I lose 5 races in a row, you can watch me suffer. So, we're halfway around lap 3 and we're going to start the push. We'll have any soft tyres come into the pits. And then we're going to come back in and pit. The only difference is, guys, if you're using Singapore, you want to use some probably tyre management and cornering boosts with grip as well. And what I'd do is I'd change it to the soft tyres instead of the medium tyres. I'd do a 4 and a 3 on the softs. Mark, welcome. Nice to see another one from the Discord in here. Hope you're doing well. We're just doing some live strategies. We're going to try and start 8th and 16th like you see me every time on my track guides. And we're going to try and show you it in action. And just show you that it's not always first cut for me. Sometimes they don't work, sometimes they do. As we've got Perez in the pits coming out on the mediums. Now, if I was using Lewis Hamilton or Max Verstappen level 8, I can use softs. Even though it's 2 to 4, I get a full 3 laps on the soft tyres, regardless. So, Perez, P4. Paul, a.k.a. Raggy, nice to see you in here, bud. And Chris, go, go, go. He knows the score. Roro, Fight the Power is coming in, asking the very personal questions. But yes, we've had a little bit of change. And out of respect to blue flags, I won't make any comments on it. But no hard feelings from my side at all. But yes, we've joined Black Sails. Different challenge for me. And I look forward to get starting. But I won't be going through any reasons why. So Perez P4. Latifi is not really making any progress. He's struggling at the back. We'll forget about him and pretend he's not even racing, shall we? We'll blame it that he hasn't got a boost, that's all. Nothing to do with the strategy, you know. It's just that we forgot to put boost on. Mark finished 10th in Challenger this week. And he's going to be, that's where he'll be this week. Completed pit pass grind in the books. Yeah, I had a go in Challenger this week on the free-to-play account. That'll be released tomorrow. And it makes for pretty grim reading, I must say. Latifi's absolutely struggling at the back here. It's not worked out at all. And he does eventually get past Sonoda. And we're just going to keep him out there, I think. Now, we could try. Should we bring him in for a laugh? Let's see if... I'm not bothered if I lose. I shouldn't lose here. Let's bring him in on a no service. RML Racing wanted me to join South Africa F1. Come and join AzzaWF Army. How about AzzaWF1 Army, RML? We've got about 25 people in there now. We're absolutely flying. What I'll do is I'll just make sure I cut this race out of the video, yeah, when I come back. Latifi, it got nowhere. But we got P4 with Perez. We took a risk with Latifi, and we've got back up to the rival, who we are right behind. So we might be able to make a position here and beat the rival. Anyway, as Latifi just doesn't want to turn or doesn't want to get past the soft tyres on 50% here. RML's got perks. We're up to P15. we'll pretend that we started P24 for the video, for anyone just joining. We were at the back, we had a puncture first lap. You know, tough race there for Latifi. Lost his front wing on the second lap. We were 40 seconds behind. And we came back and got P15 or whatever it was. Great run by Latifi there. So glad you all managed to watch that. So let's go. Let's keep going. Here's what I'm running, guys, just so you know. At the minute, Perez and Latifi, that helps me start P8 and P16. And then for the car itself, this is the setup that I use. And it's pretty good. It's the go-to strategy when you get to Series 12. Unless you're going for a fastest lap, you want to look at something slightly different. But major, this is what you want. So this is my normal setup. Same car. They're my drivers. And look what I'm missing here. We're missing Lando Norris is the big one. And for the car, True Grit and Leviathan. So let's get into another one. Latifi and Perez. And I'm not looking forward to the Lunar event, because on the free-to-play account, we don't have very high. We don't have Sonoda, and Mick Schumacher's very low. So I'm going to struggle again. I'm sure, Paul, I know Raggy, you're in there. You'll be making me jealous of your P1s and all that nonsense. But, you know, some of us have got to stick in Junior until we've got enough coins. So, looks like a human player with a bad matchup. So can we overcome in Spain? We're about to find out. We're going to use boosts this time. Yeah, Paul, you know. You know. You want to see my Junior, mate? It's awful. I need the premium pit pass, but I can't spend. That's the problem. So let's bring Latifi into Taurus. And let's use Perez. I don't want to use it because they're expensive, but I'm going to use it with downforce. It's all about showing you, and that's what we're here to do for the next maybe hour or so. So let's get a good start with the old pit boost. And the rival, it is a human rival, boosting from the start. So this is going to be a tough race, and he's using Hamilton and Verstappen. But let's see what we can do. Let's see if we can puncture his beliefs anytime soon. And we're going to cut down Perez. We've got downforce, so we've got the extra tyres available to push. And we're going to get up to P7 here and cut back down. Latifi up to P12. Touch my dilly. Oi, oi. Oi, oi, indeed. Welcome. Welcome to the video and stream. We're against a human rival here, for anyone just joining. And we're going to see if we can overcome a bad matchup and a human. So Perez, Latifi now up to P11. Latifi's putting in some work here. You want to drive for next year, clearly. And Perez up the inside, and the rival loses out to Verstappen. What a move. That downforce coming in absolutely beautifully. So Latifi down the straight. Can we pick up a position? We're a bit too far back, but we're gonna keep pushing a little bit. See if we can get them round the outside or the inside here. We've got a safety car. Great. Pit stop time then, boys. Pit stop time. We're going to come back. And hopefully we don't have to pit again. And this might throw the win to ourselves as Perez comes in to the pits. The rival also pits. Come on, Perez, hurry up. What's the limit on this thing? 40? Latifi comes in. And we're all in. Everyone's pitting. And I tell you what, Perez gets a lovely exit out in P8. And this sets us up. Latifi, P17 ahead of the rival as well. But we've got Taurus, so tyre management is going to be absolutely perfect here. 2 safety cars in 3 races. 1 in Japan and now in Barcelona. So let's see what we can do. We've got Perez P8. We're going to have a lot of pit stops ahead. Everyone is going to be pitting soon. So we could pick up potentially a P1 and P2 in this race. And you all would absolutely love. Oh, God, here we go. How slow is this? Come on in. Let's see if we can pick up a cheeky 1-2 in Spain. As Latifi comes down in P13. Perez tries to go up the inside of Sainz. Can't make it work. And Sainz goes wide, so up to P4. We're absolutely racing away here. This downforce working a treat with the corner and the grip. And Perez now going past Norris, who pits. And what about Latifi? We need to get Latifi past the rivals' hard tyres here, because that's going to slow us down. And we've already got some front runners out of the pits. So Latifi up to P8. And Perez in the lead. We've still got three people to pit ahead of us. Paul held into P1 in Challenger. Thanks, Paul. Cheers for that information. Make me feel a bit jealous, why don't you? As we've got Latifi in P9. Don't know what's happened there, but it's all getting a bit... Where's Russell coming from? How did Russell just get past there? But we've got Latifi, the absolute go, up to P6. And Perez out on his own in P1. Nice haulage of points here. And we've got George Russell ahead of us with Latifi. So Latifi on the slower tyre, up the inside of George. The best overtaking opportunity on the Spain track. And we get ourselves into P5. And we're now chasing down the rival. Perez about to run out of tyres. But he will hold on. And Latifi, we're just going to keep pushing. Because there is a possibility that we have to push. It's going to be close with the rival. Although we are looking good on 44 points. Will that Red Bull fail? Shouldn't do. And we will pick up the win with a tough matchup here in Spain. And Downforce and Taurus work an absolute treat to secure us 44 points and a nice cheeky gold crate. Best overtaking place on the game. Rob, what do you mean on that track in Spain? Because it's pretty tricky to give you a overall best overtaking spot. But that turn in Spain that you've just saw me going through is an absolute amazing turn. I think it's something like turn 11 or 13. Would have to go on the track guide and have a look. 7th indicator in there. That's not what we needed. Sevilla's got 2 more points and would have had P3. Oh, so close, buddy. And have you had a top 3 in contender yet or not? Because that's pretty close. What track has the most or best overtaking places? Ooh la la, what track has the best or most overtaking? Let's open it to everybody in here. Come on, guys, let's help out Rob here. What track do you reckon has the best or the most overtaking opportunities? I think Imola's got a fair few, but it's only in key places. Yeah, Paul, I thought Imola as well. Sabita's got 4th place twice. You can get this, Sabiz. You can get this weekend. Yeah, so a couple of votes for Imola. I'd probably agree. Mark Brazil with a massive shout. It's only the middle part in Brazil that you can't overtake. Everything else or you can't overtake as much. Everything else you can absolutely fly around. So that's a good point. And we're going to go on this. Abu Dhabi's got some, yeah. Zandvoort. So it's still a fair few tracks. I think Imola's definitely the one that screamed out the most in my head and a few of us. That's definitely a track where you can overtake. It's a pretty quick track as well. It's often the fastest lap when it is not for Austria. And look at Sergio Perez here around the outside of George Russell. He's already up to P3. Cracking start on the dead fast. And we've got Latifi into P14. So a beautiful start from Sergio Perez on the dead fast boost. And he's got soft and hard ahead. I'm trying to think if there's any other ones. I can certainly tell you the hardest ones, and that's got to be Australia, Canada. They're two are definitely up there. Belgium's quite tough as well. What else would we say? I'm trying to think of the tracks off the top of my head. I think Silverstone's got a few overtaking spots. Bottas carried Sabisa this weekend. While he had the boost, the 10% boost works wonders. And especially when it doesn't raise your team score, it definitely helps a massive bunch. That's why you always need to use that boosted driver. You'd be mad not to. Mark, France with the 2 straights. Yeah. France has got a lot. And America. So there is a lot of tracks out there. We can clearly see that there is overtaking spots at a lot of tracks. I personally think Brazil and Imola are the 2 that stand out in my head. As we get Sergio Perez. Can we get him past Verstappen? We can't. And we're going to start boosting Latifi because he's going to come and do 4 laps on this Street Shark. And Perez into the pits. We're not going to service because we've got more than 50% car servicing. And hopefully we come out in a little bit of a gap. And we do. Can we get ahead of these 2? We can. Oh, don't let him through. Nearly let Latifi through. That's what we didn't need. So we've got Perez now putting the hammer down. And this is 2 laps for Perez here. He's doing a 3-2-3. And because he's got the fuel, he's going to go on to mediums in a moment. And look at that for a move. Sergio Perez taking the track into himself. And now he gets stuck behind Norris. He did the hard part. And now Perez into the lead. So we're going to come back for some mediums. We've got the fuel to allow us to do that. Yeah, Sonoda and Mick this week. I mean, 20% boost. He's definitely going to play with the numbers a bit, though. He's definitely not going to help my free-to-play account because I'm not going to be able to keep up with anyone. As Sergio Perez comes into the pits. Yeah, RML, I think you can only do a 3-3-2 or a 3-2-3 if you start from the front. If you're starting from the back, you want to do a 4-4 like Latifi has here. Latifi started something like P17 and he's into P9 at the minute. That's the key sort of move that you want to do. Doing a 2-stop from the back of the grid, it's just so tough to get through. But Latifi, he's going to just keep an eye on the tyres ahead because we're going to push in a minute just so we get track position. So we're going to close that gap a little bit. We've got Perez out front, absolutely flying, and that fuel giving him 3 laps. Basically, guys, that dead fast on Monza gives Sergio Perez 5 laps of boosting, 3 laps to conserve. That's the key with this one. Yeah, Mark, Sonoda's going to be like ridiculous. He'll be your first driver 100%. He's going to be so good this weekend. Tyre management's not best for Sonoda, but with a 20% boost, yeah, he's going to be brilliant. Sabiz, you just don't know what you're going to get first corner. You really don't. So look at this then, guys. Latifi up into P5. And remember, we started P17 with Latifi. And we've now got Sergio Perez, who started P8 round and finishes the race already. So P1, lap the rival. And let's look at Latifi. Latifi back in P5, chasing down the hard tyre of Lewis Hamilton. Can he get the job done? Not yet. We're going to run out of tyres. Let's save a little bit for the last corner. And we can't get it done. We're going to run out of tyres anyway. So a good point. Well, we nearly got Hamilton. And a good race there. P8, P17 start. And we come away with 44 points. So brilliant points haul and something you can do. And remember, if you can't use the mediums like I have, just whack on the hards. You'll be a bit slower. You won't make as many positions. But you're still going to move forward. And that's another race. Similar matchup, not far off. And we'll take the points there, absolutely. And we're already seeing that we are gaining in the leaderboard. So where does that put us? P7 at the minute. How has someone got 1.8 billion already? Oh, man. Jesus, that's incredible. So let's go again then. Let's go for another race. And this time we're going to go Golden Slam again. We're going to use the same drivers. See if we can get a tough matchup. 1582. So that's not a bad matchup at all. We've got Belgium. Bit of Belgium. So, I'm going to try and give you a sneak peek here, guys, of something that I'm planning to record myself. And we're going to see if I can show you what it is in this game. So, I'm going to try something. And it's potentially going to be, and I can't even find Eagle here. Here it is. So, let's see if this strategy works. Because it's a very good strategy. And I've got it prepped in my track guide all ready to do. So let's see if it does work. And you will get first look at a brilliant strategy on Belgium. So we're going to get sandwiched. Now that's not the end of the world. We're down in P20. And trust me, you'll want to stick around for this. If it does work. I'm not promising this is going to work. But we're going to see if it does. We've got Perez who lost positions at the start. So Perez is going to find it pretty tough now to get through on a 2-2-2 strategy. But it's all about Latifi here. And let's see if we can get him through the field. So I'm going to start to boost Perez. I'm going to bring in Latifi. And he's going to come in. Because it gets an absolute car crash here. Let's go for mediums. Perez flying now on dead fast. We need him to move up as much as he can. And Latifi is just going to bide his time. Because he's about to keep pushing very slowly. And we should be absolutely fine here. So we're going to monitor the gap. So we're going to push Latifi, get him up to the field. Let's make sure we actually pit our Sergio Perez. That's the key. Make sure you pit. And we're not going to service at this point. Now Latifi, coming along. We want him to get past these. We should start to make up some positions already. So we're up to P18 or P19. Or even 18, we're back to 18. And let's see where we go from here. Because we're doing all right so far. And what we got ahead of us, a lot should pit lap 3 as well. And then, well, this lap. And then what we're going to do is we're going to absolutely fly and boost hard. So Perez will start to boost from there. And Latifi, we can't really overtake by this, but I need to try and gain as much time as I can. So, we're going to start the run. And we're going to try and come back. And then what we're going to do is we're going to come back with some softs. And we've got Latifi up into P11 now. Perez all over the back of Norris. And can we get Latifi into P10? Can we get him in at all? Can't yet. Good opportunity here. Can't get past. Perez up to P6. And now Perez trying to go up the inside. Can't get it done, but he's into the pits. And we've got 2 laps of pushing there. And also Latifi, who was P11, will now come into the pits as well. And we're going to be pushing all the way now. And Perez comes out P7. Latifi... Wemba was P20? He was. We're up to P14. And we're absolutely pushing hard here. Because can we get forward even more than what we have already? And we're up P7, P14. So hopefully some people pit this time. And we can move forward in the race. A couple of hard tyres by the rival in front of us. That's going to slow us down a bit. Perez up to P5. And Latifi still going to stay P14. But there's an absolute carnage of cars here. And we're now in to P12. And even can we get P11 from the rival? Rival pushing hard on them hard tyres. And Perez up to P4. So we've managed to get Latifi up a fair bit so far. These hard tyres are surely going to run out shortly. I'd be very surprised if he keeps pushing to the end here. And Perez goes around the outside. Can he sneak a P3? Not quite. And what about Latifi? Come on, hard tyre, run out. How about up the inside? Thank you very much. And we get Latifi up to P11. So we'll take that. We'll take P20 on the first corner up to P11. It wasn't the best set of results, but still 35 points from where we started. So we'll absolutely take that. And we'll move on to another race. And see if we can continue the lovely bit of trend that we are moving on upwards so far. So win every race, I think, so far. We can keep this up. What track does everybody want to see so far? Anybody waiting for a certain track to come up? Here in Series 12, obviously 19 circuits. Yeah, that was weird, wasn't it, Paul? That bot literally just kept going and going and going. I see on boost at the end sometimes, but they don't always make it to the end. But that one, unless it was a real player, that was a bit of an odd one. Abinash, hello from him and Toto. It's a shame Toto can't watch. Like, I don't know how to undo it, if I'm honest, Abinash. I don't know how to do it. Texino would like to see France. I'm sure France will make it up at some point. I think it was potentially a real player there. Thinking he was a bot because he knew he was about to go on YouTube and be shown to the world. So, Sergio Perez, we're going to stick a firework on because we're going to ignite the back of his car and send it into oblivion. And we're going to use dead fast on the mediums. Yeah, so he double boosted. Yeah, so that's probably right. We did have a human player there. And sadly, he's in the live strategy guide forevermore. So, boost start. Sergio Perez. Straight through the middle. Thank you very much. And we are up to P3. What about Latifi? P13. And Perez up to P2 already. This is why the boost is so important. Come on, get rid of Leclerc. We could keep boosting now. And look at Latifi go. Latifi, I mean, he just showed me up then. He could have held on to them positions a bit longer, couldn't he? And Latifi now in P11. So we've got Latifi already within one lap up around 6-7 places. And we're going to conserve now for another probably 2.5 laps. Mark, I'm not sure about Miami, mate. I know as a content creator, I saw it was sort of upcoming. I know GWK did a video on the track guide as well for the tracks that are coming, but I haven't heard anything yet myself. But hopefully there'll be a big update in a couple of months, like Abinash just said. And you never know what will come, but I'd imagine if not, maybe they'll focus on the new release and get them in the game then. There'll be another track guide for me to do. Fills my time up, doesn't it? So we've got Latifi P12 still at the moment. And we've got that hard tyre pushing behind. So I'm just wondering if this is actually also a real player. Let's give him a little kick through here. Let's give Perez a kick to the pit stop. And Latifi through nice and easy there. Perez into the pits on the firework. And now we're going to start boosting Latifi for another lap. He's going to come back on the hards. And you can use mediums, guys, but I just find the hards work a lot better. Can we get ahead of Russell? We can. We're up to P8. Forgot to boost Perez, but it's not mattered too much. And we now go down the straight. Perez P5. Latifi trying to get past Bottas. And what we got out front, bunch of mediums about to pit. And Perez also carrying on. So he'll retake the lead. We'll come back for some mediums at the end of this as well. And Latifi coming into the pits. He's used all his tyres. And we are in. Welcome to the chat, Serkan, and thank you very much. Looking forward to kicking some bottoms, let's call it, the posh way. As Latifi comes back out, P14. And it's going to be pretty tricky looking at the tyre strategies to get back ahead. But let's see what we can do on the hards. We're going to definitely close up pretty quickly. And we're already at the back of P13. Perez coming back out in the lead. We'll just boost him for fun then. And Latifi past one of the rivals now, who's also boosting. So I definitely think it's a human. Following the same strategies. I don't think they always do follow the same strategy. So it looks like it is a real player that we're playing here. And can we get into P12 up the inside? There's a move, but Latifi didn't want it. And the rival boosting off the corner. Don't worry though, I got dead fast. Can I get through? Not just yet. Perez is minding his own business. He's absolutely disappeared. He doesn't want anything to do with this race. And what about Latifi? This little absolute train, and we do get the rival into P12. ML uses 4 hards for Jules, and M with tyre boost for GP. Yep, that's fair enough. I could have done a 4-4 with mediums myself then, but because I had the fuel, I just find using hards a lot easier. Latifi up into P10, and Perez coming around starting the last lap. Any pit stops, please? I think there'll be a few. And remember, this is another race that we started P17. And we're about to make up a fair few positions with Latifi. So we're up to P7. Using the dead fast. As Perez will come round and win the race. So, brilliant result by Perez. Latifi still going. And he's after Norris now in P6. And Russell not far away on used hards as well. And that's P6 from Latifi. Can we get one more position in this duel? We've got George Russell going very slowly. And that is P17 to P5 in Abu Dhabi for Nicholas Latifi. So, look at that, guys. P8 and P17 start. And we come away with 44 points. So, absolutely beautiful there. And we will absolutely have a bit of that every day. Another strategy for you to follow there. And we get a legendary crate as well. Shall we open the legendary crate? If someone answers within 10 seconds, I'll open the legendary crate. Let's see what we get. Who's going to be the first one to answer it? Who wants me to open it up already? Who wants to wait? Let's see. RML, the first one in here, wants a legendary crate opened. I tell you what then, you've got 1 minute, guys. What 2 epics am I getting? What 2 epics do you think out of a legendary Series 12 crate am I going to get? Area, it is expensive to open, but hey, I'll do it for the content. It's all good. I'll happily open it for yous. Mirage and Hydra, Frederick reckons them. RML wants Norris. I'll take Norris. Mark wants me to open it. Schumacher and Sonoda. Thanks, Paul. Appreciate that. Touch My Dilly reckons Tracer. God, you don't give much hope for me, do you? Eric Lando. I mean, I want Leviathan, True Grit, Norris. I mean, I've had 1 shout for Norris so far. Or even 2. So, 10 seconds, we'll give it a blast, see what we get. Steamroller on a Monday by Frederick, thank you. That's as much use as self-control. And, yeah, right, let's give it a go. Mark thinks Vindicator. So basically, this is going to be pretty rubbish for me, isn't it? Right, here we go. Let's see what we get. We get some temper. We get 28. I might lose my temper if it's not very good. That's the difference. The Phoenix rear wing. Not that I need these. 27 Spirit, and that helps me a little bit. 29 Vettel. 16 Method. All my rares are maxed, so don't need any rares. Right, are you ready, guys? 60 bucks to open a legendary crate in Series 12. And this is what it gets you. The first card in my epic list is... Right. Frederick, we're going to fall out, mate, in a minute. Because last week you put me on self-control on Latifi. You come in here and say Steamroller, and I get Steamroller. Like, Frederick, do you want one more guess at the next one? Come on, you might as well guess the next one. Because you know what's in my crates better than I do. So what do you reckon? Pick me something good, Frederick. I feel like you know what's coming. You've got... RML's laughing because it's just depressing that I've just got Steamroller. Oh, and Frederick reckons Mick Schumacher. So Frederick is saying I'm going to get Mick Schumacher. If this is Mick Schumacher, you're going to see this chat and this channel quickly close down and go. Oh, so here we go. 3, 2, 1. I mean, it's pretty rubbish still. I'm not going to lie. Scorpion. So what? Steamroller and Scorpion out of my Series 12 crate. So what did that equate to? We had a Series 1 item and a Series 8. I'll tell you what, that was worth 60 bucks. Oh, wow. That's quite annoying, isn't it? Thanks, Frederick. I'll blame you for that. Oh, look at this, right? We've just had the depression of opening up a poor crate, and now I've got a human 1-8-10 team score. I mean, could you write it any worse for me in here? Oh. Great. This is like GP weekend all over again. But let's see what we can do. Can we... Oh, I don't know. Can we get a tool? Oh, it's raining. We've got a bit of rain here. The problem is I don't want to use my tuning, but I kind of need it. Kind of do need my tuning. So we're going to go... What are we going to go? We're going to go Merlion. Because why not? We're going to find this pretty tough anyway. And if this guy uses boosts, I'm not going to be happy. If he uses boosts when I start P16, it's not fair. Please don't tell me he's whacked on. No, he hasn't whacked on boost. He just wanted to leave me waiting for ages. So come on, Em. Let's see what we can do. Can we push this rival a little bit? And we're up to P6 with Sergio Perez. P11 with Nicholas Latifi. Oh, is that what it was, Paul? I mean, what does he expect? Of course I'm going to boost when I'm starting P17. I can't not. I'm up against it. I don't even know what strategy to go for here. I don't know if to do a 4-4 or 3-3-2. Can we get past Hamilton? No, we can't. Don't think 4 works. I think 3 might be easier. Has he boosted 1, is he? Oh, yeah, he has, yeah. I can't even see it on my screen. All right, and he half boosted. So it still puts me under pressure. But I'm not that far away, actually, considering P2 and P9 versus P6, P11. So we've still got potential here. As we get Perez up into P4. Here we go, Sergio. What a move. What a move. Boy, Sergio Perez. That's beautiful. That was like me looking in the mirror. And Paul will tell you that's not true, guys. He knows me in real life. He can tell you that's a lie. So Perez comes around. What are we doing here? He's got pretty good time management on this car, on his car. We're not going to be able to push 4 laps either, I don't think. Let's see what we can do. Can we get Latifi past, maybe? Or we can get Latifi into P10. So we are committing to 4 laps apiece. And we get Latifi into P8. So, time to boost. Yeah, I thought about undercutting him RML, but I wasn't sure what to do there. Hopefully we can get past Leclerc here. He's going to do another lap, I think. And Leclerc's going to be in the pits this lap. He might run out of tyres. I might get the jump on Leclerc through this corner. No, Leclerc's going to cost me in the pits because he's running out of tyres. Great. Perez in then. Latifi coming in as well. The only difference is, if I can push pretty quick now... Oh, no, 2 Ferraris both ahead of me. Great. We didn't know on that. What about the rival? The rival is P8. Has he pitted or has he carried on? The rival's carried on. So let's just hold a minute. We don't think I need to push too hard. Perez, we're going to boost around here. Let's see if we can get the Ferrari. We're never going to overcut him now. It's 8.4. And we're stuck behind Leclerc anyway. If he wasn't stuck behind Leclerc, I think we'd have had a decent chance of getting the rival. Because we can't get past him at all. For some reason. Can we go up the inside? No, we can't. So we're just going to save a bit of fuel there. Got the rival now in the pits from P11. So I don't know what strategy he's done. It's a bit of a weird strategy for him. And now we're going to start boosting Perez. Can we get him past this Ferrari? Eventually. Yes. We are eventually past. And up to P4. Make it P3. Can we get Sainz? Who comes into the pits anyway. So up to P3. And Latifi, we're going to try and jump the Ferrari. Can we jump the Ferrari? It's just coming out the pits now. Doesn't look like we can. And we're okay on tyres. We're fairly decent on tyres. P1 might pit here. We're going to boost just in case he does. Don't think he is. We're going to cut down. And hopefully pick up the rival, or the sort of what looks like Max Verstappen right near the end. We could do with getting past Sainz, because we are low on tyres ourselves. We've pushed as hard as we can. It's all about waiting now. I'm pretty sure Max Verstappen's going to run out of tyres. But so am I, so it doesn't really matter. I'm going to run out of tyres as well. But let's just push, because we never know. We might get past on the hex with the extra overtaking. We're not going to get him, are we? Not quite. P3. And Latifi now coming up to the back of a few rivals that are out of tyres as well. Let's just try and boost. Let's see if we've got an extra % that we can get past Norris. Can we get him? We can. Can we get the rival? 40 to 39. And we have. We took the rival. The rival started in some good positions. But we overdid. Look at that for a strategy. Half a boosted rival. 1810 to 1667. And we have absolutely pulled it out the bag. That is a great race. I'm happy with that one. That is for sure. Now see, tell you guys, it's always possible. 143 team score difference. And we managed to pull it out the bag in that race. Should never give up. Never give up. RML, don't take the shine away from me. He was trying full. Come on. He was going for it. Cheers, RML, though. That was a good race, that was. I do love when someone gives a battle like that, but there's no way you should be losing that race, really. Maybe he's watching the stream. Maybe he wanted me to win. So we've had some decent tracks so far tonight. We haven't really... That was the first one we've repeated. And I don't think we've lost a race yet. Harry's saying that he used the Ferrari strategy. I think I definitely used the Red Bull or the Mercedes, and he used the Ferrari. But that was a good win there. Just shows you a bit of skill can go a long way. So first time for Mexico with Perez and Latifi. And what we're going to do, I'll show you both guys. We're going to use Lumberjack and Dead Fast again. I do prefer doing 4-4 on this track, but I'll show you the two strategies. And let's see what we can do from P8 and P15. We'll do the launch off the line as normal. And we are off. Can we get a good start? So Sergio Perez gets blocked off by Sainz, but we'll go around the outside hopefully. Yep, lovely corner in there. Perez up to P4. That's why you've got to do the launch. You've got to do the launch on this game. If you're not doing it, you're missing out. So Perez up to P4. Latifi is in a bit of a minefield down here in P16. But we can cut down now. Lumberjack's alright, to be fair, now. It's just good for overtaking speed. And it's got a little bit of time management in there to help you as well. We'll try and get Latifi past Magnussen. Magnussen on the softs though, so that's pretty tricky, but we're already past. And that's what Lumberjack can do. Gets you a nice little run down the straight, and we've got one position already. Oh, our rival took us nearly wide there. Nearly had to go at the rival again. Yeah, I don't know where Lumberjack might come back up for a bit. Let's show you the power of Dead Fast though. Dead Fast around an hour, a second behind. Should blast up the inside, and does. That's how easy Dead Fast is on this track. Same with Latifi. Can we get Latifi back on a Lumberjack through past Ricardo? There you go. Same thing. If you're right up the backside of the other car on that straight, you won't get past. If you're within like a second, you'll get the move done. Instead of Lumberjack, Frederick, you've probably got Dead Fast. You've probably got Eclipse. Firework probably in there. You're looking for speed and overtaking, really. So Perez will come in for this lap. Latifi, I don't think we need to boost. We're not really close to 21, but we'll close the gap anyway. Yeah, Street Sharks, it is good call. I can't think of them all off the top of my head, but Street Sharks got tyre management, overtaking and speed. So you can definitely use them. I'm not going to have enough time management in this to actually do 5 laps comfortably on here. There's no point me doing 5 laps. So I'm going to come in the pits early and just keep pushing with the mediums. I've probably pushed too hard on Latifi. Usually you could do 5 laps comfortably and then go back out. As we hit Vettel on the way out. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut down a little bit because of fuel where we can't overtake as much. Perez coming around the last corner. We'll take... Can we get P3 though from how far back? We are so far back, but it doesn't matter because Sergio Perez makes it his own into P3. Yeah, Street Shark is very good. You can use Hex on the dry, as Civiz said. It's just not used as much. It's not the go-to lot. There's just so many more better boosts out there. But if you haven't got many boosts, then yeah, you can always use it, 100%. Better than no boost at the end of the day. Self-control is better than no boost. So Perez, back marker's getting in the way. That stops our ideal line coming through. And Perez sticks P3. We've just got enough laps to do 2 laps here, but I don't think we're going to get past these two. We're so close to each other. And we will get a couple of cars. We do then get the rival. So up to P11. Really bad corner though. And what about Perez? Perez into P2. How close can we get to the Ferrari down the straight? You can see the Ferrari is absolutely miles clear. And we are right at the back of it now. So we've got a chance at P1. And we go up the inside. And we get P1 from Charles Leclerc. Latifi in P11. He's got the Red Bull in his sights with the Lumberjack. And I want to keep boosting. And we are up to P10. So even with a dodgy strategy, doing a 4-4 with the mediums, Looks like we are going to survive here. We're going to push a little bit, see if we can not get another one through the stadium section. Probably be very tricky though to get this Alpine, and so it will be. But we're up to P10. We'll take that. Perez into the lead. Latifi coming home P10. We'll take 39 points. And that's another race won. I don't think we have lost a race so far. So we are absolutely loving life here. Another cheeky little race here in Mexico. So what we got next? Can we get any more tracks? Any more? I think Hungary is a one that people would want to see. It's a very decent track. And let's see if we get another one. We'll keep opening these crates because why not? Keep myself getting the little assets on the go. Best thing to do. And we get into another series 12. So let's have a look at what win streak, stick on a temper. I'm not at that stage yet. What win streak are we on? We're on a 9 win streak. We've done 9 races. Still undefeated in 9. So 9 wins from some difficult matchups. And can we get another one? Saviz, yeah, I haven't heard of any yet. I don't know what boosts might be in there, but I'm hoping for some tuning personally. One of the best boosts on the game, without a doubt. So if you can get tuning, and I'll tell you what, I was just saying about Hungary, and here we are. We are in Hungary. This will be an interesting one. I haven't really practiced this one because I never usually start from the back. RML, yes, used up asset trading today. I took, what did I take? I took, what did I do? I'm going to go Herald. Lando Norris, sorry, I took today. I'm going to go Taurus. I'm going to do an undercut strategy here. See if we can't do an undercut. Yeah, Lando Norris 6 cards I took. I get 2 epics a day because of my rares are maxed. And I've only got about 2 or 3 commons left to do. But I'm just hoping for Leviathan, Norris, True Grit now. That's the main ones I want to level up. So off the start, we've got Perez into P7, Latifi, and we've got a boosted rival here as well. Double boosted rival. Lower team score. So we're just going to cut down. Make sure we don't do the old pit stop. Latifi's gone backwards, but I don't actually mind that at this stage. Because we're going to chuck an undercut and just see what happens. And we're going to keep Perez. See if we can get him back into P6. And cut down. So we're not going to push too much. Very difficult track, Hungary. Very limited opportunities of overtaking. So we are going to just have to bide our time. What we got ahead of us? Medium and hards for them two. So we'll give it a try. Can we get through? We'll keep boosting down. We're very low on tyres. 50% exactly. So we're pushing, really pushing. Oh, wow. That's a poor corner by Perez. He gets away with it. Can we go round the outside of Norris? He made up for it. We'll let him off. We'll let him off. So I'm thinking about a pit stop here. I'm thinking about going onto the on the hards and just pushing as hard as I can and then holding the field up. Frederick, thank you for joining though. Your view is very much appreciated as always. Look after yourself, buddy. Been a pleasure to have you on board. And anyone else, do you have anybody else in here that hasn't spoke yet who's new to the channel or just sits and watches instead of talking? Just pop up, let's see who you are. Nice to see you. So Latifi comes in, and this could go either way, guys. Absolutely either way. And we're going to just keep pushing on the hards, see if we can get Latifi. And this might be a strategy you do if it works, as we come into the pits with Perez. Latifi's caught traffic, so that's going to be the problem. Yes, so they'll announce the requirements later on in the year, probably in a couple of months. And then, yes, you can use it for next season when they launch the game. I don't think this undercut has worked at all. We've got a lot of people pitting, but the problem is they're right down the line. And I'm not even boosting Perez. I've had a right mare. A. Wallace, welcome. Just popped in. Not sure how long I've got left, but we're still going to keep recording. A couple more pit stops. I think we've failed with an undercut on Latifi. But we have got Perez back into P8. Still some hard tyres to pit. Latifi's just stuck in traffic. That hard tyre, not really working too good. So, as long as we don't lose this race, I don't care. But we've got a strong possibility of losing the race. As Latifi's just far too slow on this tyre. Could have gone mediums, but I just didn't think it would last for the strategy. As Perez comes round in P5 now. We're going to need Perez to pick up these positions because Latifi is not. I think Perez just got P4 on that Herald. So the acceleration working a treat. And the fuel. But Latifi's moving forward a bit more. P16 now. Be hard to make up any more. Just hard tyres ahead. And what about Perez? Perez closing down on a soft and 2 mediums. Wallace will catch up later. Yeah, as he's always gets saved to the channel, which is good, so he can always just pop back and watch these strategies back. I wouldn't recommend picking Latifi's strategy at this moment in time. That's for sure. We come around the last corner. Can we get Latifi maybe a P14? He looks to the inside and takes it. We are going to have to cut down a bit. Servicing is not our friend. So it's not too bad on Hungary. Very tricky track. But we have got Latifi up 6 places. The other option would have been a 4-4 or a 5-3. But that's what you got to do in these games. If you're not familiar with a track, test them out. I know now it might not be the best undercut here. And then go into hards. But that's how you learn. But we do continue. We do move to 10 wins in a row. In Series 12 as well. We're using a Series 11 and a Series... What level was Latifi? Series 7 driver. So just chuck another crate open. Keep them coming. I'm running out of books. I'll have to get a bit of a refresh at some point. No Leviathan or anything like that at the minute coming up. So let's stick in another Series 12. See what we get. We've had a few humans tonight. I wouldn't be surprised if some of you are trying to get me. A. Wallace, yeah, undercut does work really well. Especially if you're right down the back. It really does work. Azerbaijan and Baku. Another tricky track from the back. Let's see where we qualify. I say see where we qualify. We always qualify in the same positions. Yeah, Wallace, you've got to be using undercut from the back. You can't follow the same strategies that everybody else does. It just doesn't work. So let's use, I know someone mentioned it earlier, another good boost, Street Shark. And Perez will probably stick on Dead Fast or maybe Firework to get through. And that straight is going to be absolutely key to our overtaking here. Perez on the inside should get some good move up the inside with the launch. And Perez will now boost through. Can he get up the inside of the Red Bull or the McLaren? He can't. He nearly loses a position though. But we maintain. That's the main thing. And we're going to cut down. Oh, we do try and go around the outside. And we are up to P7. Can we get P6? We'll leave it boosting a little bit. No, we can't. So we cut down there. And we're going to attack on the straights as Latifi kindly lets Gasly through. He says thank you very much. What we got ahead? Medium tyre Perez. Rival boosting. So we'll boost down the straights. Should get Perez here fairly easy. We do indeed. We're going to keep boosting for a second. We just can't get George Russell. Latifi back ahead of Gasly. into P13 and conserve again. That's the order of the day. We've got Russell on the hard tyres ahead of us. So we want to get past him as quick as we can. So it'll be another straight job because of tyre management as well. So we'll just bide our time, get to this point, and we'll hit the gas pedal again. Latifi hasn't got the best tyre management on this game. So we're going to just hold for a lap. And Perez up into P5. Cut down service in less than 50%. So because we've got more than 50%, sorry, we are not... Oh, now we've got a safety car. So that works perfectly for Perez. We'll go for some mediums. And Latifi, P13, yeah, we're going to have to pit. And we'll also stick on the mediums. Because we're still going to have 4 laps left at the end of the day. Can we do hards? I don't really want to do hards, but I might just stick it out. I might try hards here. Anybody else we've got in the chat today, guys? Anyone who doesn't usually speak? Let us know you're here. Let me know how you find the channel, any improvements, anything you like, you don't like. If anybody's been watching the videos lately, anybody checked out the stats that I do prior to each race? What do you think for the stats? Little F1 stats that I provide, because I find some of it interesting myself, and that is for sure. But we're going to come round, 4 laps to go. We're going to push hard with Perez. And as Latifi, I don't really know what I'm going to do yet. I think I am going to try and eke out these 4 laps on the Street Shark, as we absolutely go around like a tortoise into the famous Vettel and Hamilton collision part under the safety car. So yeah, here we go. So Perez, P8 coming down. Argo, yep, starting. I know some of you do that. I know some of you watch my GP events before starting their own, just to get a bit of a reminder and a bit of feel for what's happening. I know it makes it hard for me because I race at some hard times. But yeah, it's good to see people taking an interest. As Perez loses a position, he didn't take an interest in P5, I know that. Latifi, P10. And we're going to just keep Latifi conserving through the hard parts of this track. Perez trying to get past Norris, who is on the hards. So Latifi shouldn't really lose out here. And with the Street Shark, should easily be able to do 4 laps. But it's going to be pretty close because we've done a lap under the safety car. And Perez coming round now. We're going to boost Latifi. We are going to have to manage them tyres, because he's already at 75%. But I want to get him past these pitters. And Perez up to P4. Latifi now into P6. And we've got to conserve. We need 50% over the line to get 4 laps. I'm not bothered. Well, geez, that rival got past us very quickly. And now Perez will be coming back into the pits this lap. And let's see if we can get Sainz. But we're already doing pretty good with Perez, up to P2. Pit stop in ahead for Max Verstappen. And Latifi now down the straight. We're not going to boost him. I need to look after these tyres. Bottas behind us. Let's boost him a little bit. Keep the position. And we carry on. So P5 and P6 now. That's a bad exit for Latifi. But we're keeping our win streak alive here in Baku. Although the rival is in P4, but we'll have to pit. Eri with the stats, yeah. K-Mag does hold the fastest lap on Singapore with the Haas. I think that is one that everybody probably wasn't aware of, because I would never have thought that K-Mag does have the fastest lap, especially in a Haas. But he does. You would think of all the drivers, all the cars, the Haas is up there in number 1 spot. You do find some interesting stats out, that is for sure. Things that I never knew about. And it makes the videos a little bit different as well, doesn't it? At the end of the day, can we sneak a P1, guys? We're chasing after... Oh, look at that, P1. P17 again. And we shall happily take 45 points from where we were. And that is absolutely what I needed. We're absolutely on a roll here. You haven't seen me lose one race. That's what we needed. As my partner wants me to record Love Island. Absolutely Love Island. Can you believe it, guys? Love Island back on. My life is now a misery. Great. Got to deal with that in the evenings, so I'll be on here racing for Black Sails, getting the rep points in. Anyone else have to put up with other partners watching their channels or TV or what have you, because I certainly have to. Although I do get my fair share of the football. That is very true. I had the World Cup on every single night when it was on. So who can blame me? As we get another crate open. Latifi is God Igor. Latifi is an absolute beast on this when he wants to be. Nice P4 finish for him there. Don't know why I opened 2 crates there, but I did. A. Wallace is watching Silent Witness. I seen that for the first time the other day, and I'm not going to lie, I saw it at about 27 seasons, and I thought that's a lot of effort to put back in to a series. Not my cup of tea. It looked alright though. I must have watched about episode 1 or whatever it was of series 26, so it's probably not the right place to start. But, hey ho. So another UAE race. Can we keep the win streak going? And that's the main part. Hopefully we can. And a good little battle here. P8, P15. So we're going to use the same strategies again, guys. Dead fast Latifi. It's all about the start on this track. This is one of the starts that absolutely is crucial on this game. If you're starting on the odd side, it is a lot more difficulty. A lot more difficult. Have I, Eri? I didn't even notice, mate. I have been absolutely pushing on the right tyres, so we'll take that. So Perez should get a good start. Latifi should get a poor start, but he's moved to the inside. Perez being covered off by the Ferraris, who are absolutely building a wall, like the Romans in Italy. But Latifi, P15. Perez into P2. Makes light work of Russell, or does he? He does now. And we're up to P1. What about Latifi on the mediums on dead fast? Ends up in an F1 car sandwich. This is a bit of chaos. And we are up to P14. So we'll cut down there. And Sergio Perez out in the lead quite comfortably. Medium tyre behind, so that gap's going to grow. And Latifi round in P14. Nice little +1 for the wheel. We're accruing the books at the minute. Filling up that race crate for the pit pass. And Latifi going to lose a position here. Knew it. That's okay. We'll let Latifi struggle in his own little world back here in P15. We'll come back for him later on in the race, shall we? What about Perez? Perez, world of his own right now. Come in for some softs. A. Wallace watched Spurs get thrashed at the weekend. I must say I watched that as well. Wasn't very good reading, I must say, for the old Spurs. Do we have any football fans? If you're American, any soccer fans? As much as it pains me to say that word. Do we have any football fans in here? Anyone with any interesting teams? Let's have a look. Let's have a guess. I think if you're in my Discord, you'll probably know. Anybody know who I support? What football team I support? I know a few of you out there do know. It's just whether or not you're in here and you can remember. As Perez tries to get into P2. He's being held by some medium runners most likely, yep. So he'll have a lap to himself now. Paul knows who I support. Yep, Paul does. He knows me in real life, so he can vouch. He knows. He doesn't want to tell me yet. See if anybody else can guess. As Perez comes through. A. Wallace hasn't noticed. I don't know if I've actually put it in the main server yet. I don't think I have. I've put it in my social, my club ones. And to the Jags chat as well. So I don't know if anyone would actually know. As Perez comes back out in the lead. And Latifi up into P13. So Latifi making some moves, as he always does here in Abu Dhabi. And we're going to continue around for the full laps here. We're up to P11. We've got probably one or two to pit in front of us. And Latifi into P10. Perez absolutely flying out front. Can we get it? Oh, that's a bad move by Latifi. That's absolutely cost all his good work down the drain. Perez coming round nice and easy. But we're back up to P11 now. Trying to get ahead of Gasly. We've gone round the outside. We're trying. He's trying, bless him. Trying to make up for his mistake. And there he goes. He's into P10. Perez coming up to lap a lot of cars. Eri guesses Leeds. I tell you what, Eri, if you guess the team that beat Leeds the other night, you will get the team that I support. As Latifi up in to P9. So can you guess that one, Eri? You should be able to go with that one. Latifi P7. So we're doing well again here in Abu Dhabi. Looking for a top 6. We'll have Scholz. Carlos Sainz will run out of tyres at the end of this. Latifi makes another awful decision at that corner. We're into P6 though. Can we get Carlos Sainz for another P5? I think we went P1 and 5 last time on this track. Carlos Sainz is struggling. This is where George Russell struggled. And we got up to P5 indeed. Yes, Eri, you've got it. Aston Villa is the team I support. Season ticket holder for a good 4. Well, I've been going since I was 12, so probably like... Well, I was probably earlier than that, 10, so a good 18 years of watching struggles. So that race is done. Another win under the belt. Another Series 12 crate. And we are up to some decent rep points. 396 million done already. Into P3 in this leaderboard. Just in case you haven't seen the medals on my account, we're not doing too bad at all. Few top 10s creeping in though now. I've moved up to the higher range. But a few P1s, a lot of P2s and P3s. So I'm pretty happy with how this year has gone. So I'm going to nip for a wee quickly because, you know, duty calls. But let's search a race and I'll hopefully be back by the timer. Because if it's not, it's going to be pretty embarrassing. So 2 sets, guys. And we're coming back. We've made it back. What track have we got? We got Brazil for the first time tonight. Nice little Brazil to feast ourselves on. And we're going to use a voice. And I'm also going to use a lumberjack. So a lumberjack. Let's see if we can get these up the field. So we're going to do a 4 and a 4. We're going to stick on this. Have we got a real player, are we? I don't know. Yeah, Emi Martinez was fantastic in the World Cup. Absolutely brilliant. So, let's go. P9, P16. And can we get a good start? We're already up to P6 with Sergio Perez and Latifi round the outside into P13. So, decent chance here for some points. Will we beat the rival? That's the question. We're going to keep boosting and then cut down. And Perez really trying to get past Russell, and Russell's on the mediums, so that'll be why. So let's boost and try and get him past, shall we? We don't want to get held back up. I didn't go out. You don't want to go to the outside, but it doesn't matter. We're through. Up the inside. So Perez up to P5, Latifi 14th. So this is a tough race here. Paul, was it a real player, was it? I obviously didn't see the matchup or anything. Perez into P4 on that voice whilst conserving. Making good ground here. Nice to bring a GWK player to the competition. And he's gone for a hard tyre. Usually rivals don't tend to use a hard, so I would be surprised if it's a real player, but they are boosting a fair bit, so it wouldn't surprise me. Might be going for a long stint, might be doing 5 laps, that's probably why they might have used a hard. So Perez P4, what we got ahead of us? Hard tyre. I want to clear that hard tyre pretty quick. Especially with this soft tyre breathing down my neck. And we're already past. We're going to have to cut down because of tyres. And Latifi had a look at Gasly, couldn't get it done. Early pit stop by the rival. And we're up to P10. The rival's going to come out in a bit of traffic though, that's the problem. Gone for hards. Yeah, fuel is always good fun. Eri, I think basically I've worked out you can do about 4.5 laps, nearly 5. And you're absolutely fine on the fuel part. Especially at my drivers anyway. Yeah, they're very... I mean, that's a long strat. He's gone for the undercut. I think that's what he's tried. I will come out ahead of them though. Depends how much Latifi gets held up. He gets a bit of a kick there. And goes forward. I think it's really dependent on Latifi, this race. But we are P7 at the minute, and that's only going to get better because pretty much everyone's got a pit apart from 2. And we should be able to catch them hard tyres up if these all pit now. So round we come. These will come into the pits. That will release us with the 2 hard tyres ahead of us. And we've got 8.8 seconds to make up. And we should be able to do that on the mediums with voice. Latifi P7, also chasing down some medium and hard. So we should get P1 here. And what's the gap at the minute? Down to 6.4 with 2 laps to go. Latifi chasing Sainz gets up to P6. So a great strategy these are, guys, on Brazil. And we're coming around as we get closer to the Ferrari. Latifi's coming up to P4. Can he make the move? Not quite. And Perez right behind Leclerc now. Lap to go. And that is P1 secured. Latifi up into P4. With Norris ahead of him. And we are in to P3. So brilliant start to Brazil, and this is a beautiful strategy that you can follow yourself, and you can go medium and hards instead of what we're using here, softer mediums. Perez will win though, nice easy work, and I tell you what, Latifi's only about 4 seconds behind P2, but it's a solid race in the end. P1 and P3 from 8th and 17th. So that is absolutely perfectimo. 46 points in Brazil from 8th and 17th place. You'll take that every day. every day of the week. Another green crate. See what we can do. Continue that. Oh, you're not flying through crates today. I'm wasting all my books. It's all good fun. So let's open them up and let's see if we can get any more tracks that we can give you in this live sort of strategy guide, using all the difficult strategies to give you the very best possible strategy yourself. And remember, no or Noe, don't know how you want me to say your name, but I'll give it a go. Welcome to my stream. And remember, if you haven't already, I've got a playlist full of tracks that you can watch these strategies on too. Every weekend they get absolutely viewed 100 times, more than that. So everyone does definitely enjoy them and help as we go racing in Zandvoort. So we haven't done this track either yet. And I wonder if it'll be another real player. That would be an interesting one. We're going to pick Latifi on the mediums. We're going to pick Kawhi, very, very powerful boost, one of my favourite. And Perez, we're going to pick the Taurus, bit of cornering. Softs and mediums. Pedro Ribeiro, welcome from Brazil. Very nice to see you, mate. Thank you very much for joining. Hope you can understand me. I am from England. We don't have the best accent sometimes. So Perez, all the way through already. So Perez has been getting some fantastic starts tonight, and he is through into P5. Latifi getting squashed out a bit, but manages to get into P17. And what we're going to do is basically push the last quarter of this race every lap. So we wait here. We don't push 2 yet. And then what we'll do, we'll push off this last corner. And we'll see if we can make up a place every single lap. So there we go. Already past Max Verstappen into P4. Latifi's lost a spot, just making it harder for myself. Perez has gone off the track. He's gone on his travels. He's gone to the beach. And Latifi can't make any yet. What we got out ahead of us? A lot of hards, a lot of softs as well. So we might have to pit an early strategy here with Latifi. Let's have a look. So he's stuck with a lot of cars. We've got a couple of softs around us. A lot of hards in front of us. They're going to go 5 laps. So we might go 4 here and give it a go. Perez continuing round. Latifi, let's try and boost and see if we can get through. It's just so compact at the minute around this part of the track, so I think we're definitely going to pull in an early pit stop. I just think we're going to get stuck behind a couple of these soft tyres behind me. Hopefully it's not too bad for an undercut, but we're under pressure here, a little bit of under pressure as Perez comes through. And we'll boost for this lap now. And I think I've got a pit. I think this is the only chance I've got at trying to move up the field. We need a good pit stop because I think that Sonoda's going to get out ahead of us. Wouldn't surprise me. Yep, there you go. They always tend to get ahead of you. So let's just boost for 4 laps, see what happens. As Perez comes around, and Perez will pit. So an undercut attempted. We needed the tuning boost, really. If we had the tuning boost on, we could have done a nice undercut and be very quick at it as well. Perez comes out back in the lead, which is pretty much game over from the front. And Latifi coming round. And remember, we've done a big undercut here. Can we get some massive gains through the pits? And so far, we could do with that Kevin Magnussen out of the way. Not going to get him. P16, P17 with 1, 2, 3, 4 cars that we might get ahead of. So we could move up to P11. And we had a difficult start with Latifi. So we would take that if that was the case. That Kawhi boost, terrific boost. One of the best on the game, I feel, as well. But we're not that fast because we're on the hard. So, few cars in the pits. Can we get ahead of K-Mag down the straight? Can we get ahead of him? We can. We're up to P12. And what we got ahead of us? We've got mediums and hards. Perez is pretty much coming around to lap the field as he comes through Latifi. So we were forced into an undercut. It didn't work the best, but it's not working the worst either. Got ourselves out of a little tricky situation. And Perez is almost coming up to lap Latifi. He's not a million miles away. In P12. Can we get Alonso down the straight? We're low on fuel though. Click the camera by accident. Someone goes off behind me. And we don't think we're going to get any more positions. But it is going to be another win. We have gained sort of 5 places this race. It hasn't been brilliant. But I don't mind. You can't make places up every single one, or I'll be getting P1s every single week. Like Paul, Paul? iPhone, I think it's a 12 I've got, mate. And my free-to-play account, I tend to play on my iPad, but it's absolutely awful. So I play on my partner's phone. So that's why I can't play on my free-to-play account, because I tend to play it when she goes to bed. It's the only time that I get on it. So we finished 37 points. Nice little win there. And we're still going. Let's see what we're on at the moment. So we are on a win streak of 14. So we're not doing too bad at all. I haven't had much of a win streak lately. I've been dropping flags. As you can see, I'm in Series 12. So I've been getting rid of them flags. But for now, we're doing good. And we're not going to go over them flags at any point either. So happy days on that front. We'll chuck in another race. I tell you what, does anybody want to... what should we think of? What should we do? Does anybody want to pick a boost for me to use in the next race? I want 2 boosts. So 1 boost from 1 person. You can only use 1 boost. Let me know a boost that you want me to use in the next race. Paul got his hat-trick at the weekend. Made me feel sick. I had a double. I've only had a double back-to-back. That's the only P1s I had. And now that I'm in Series 12, 9,000 flags. If I drop 1 point, I nearly go out the top 10. It is crazy. RML picks self-control. Great. And Samba. Wallace picks Samba. So they're my first 2 up. So if you're waiting to pick hold up, what am I going to do with self-control and Samba? I think it's only fair that self-control goes on the tee. If this is a max account or a human player, I'm stuffed. Stuffed. And we match up pretty quick, and it's a tough matchup. So, yeah, this might not go too good. You RML Racing and AE Wallace might have just ruined my win streak. But we're going to fight it. Can we keep the pace and win? Let's see where we start. Can we get 1 driver ahead? Not quite. And look at Latifi. So far backwards. And we've got to use self-control and Samba. Good God. Right, Samba's going on. I mean, it gives me fuel. It gives me speed. You never know. So, RML Racing, AE Wallace, and we've got a human player. If this player uses boosts, I'm stuffed with these boosts. RML did it for Fred, yeah. Fred's absence, he'll be loving you for that. Come on then, let's see what we can do. And it is a real player. And he's using boost, and he's using Taurus and Lumberjack, so I'm absolutely stuffed. This guy has probably beat me here, guys, because I haven't got the boost to match this, but we'll see. Let's just see how many points we can get. We've got Perez into P8 though, and it's quickly back down to P9. So let's just see how many points we can get off this rival. As Perez goes wide, keeps the position though. Latifi going backwards, but can he keep P16? He can. Perez on P9. This must be a pretty tough matchup, really. 25 points we are on so far. So we just want to improve on 25. We want to get Latifi up to the top 10 if we can. Perez, I'll be happy with a top 6 here, I think. Bearing in mind we've got the rival 2 cars in front as well. So we are going to look like we're going to lose the win streak. Fred will be happy. It's because I didn't put self-control on Latifi. If I put the self-control on Latifi, I'd have smashed it. So can we get P8? Can we get through? We're a bit far back, but it doesn't matter for Perez. He's into P8. What about Latifi? Can we keep hold of that place? We can. Let's boost a little bit. Although we haven't got great tyre boost at all on Latifi. And not tyre boost, I mean tyre management. But we're up to the rival in P7, so we've closed the gap with Perez. If we can get ahead of this rival, I'll be pretty happy. That'll be my aim, I reckon. Try and ruin it as if it's a GP. So Perez will come into the pits this lap. Latifi is very slow on tyres. I don't even think he's going to be able to do 3 laps on the mediums. So, oh, now I've got a safety car. So, medium tyres it is. Perez, I'm going to stick on mediums as well. No point pushing anything. And everyone's coming in. So, if this rival pits in with his P7, which he will, this will be pretty much a race to the finish. Rival double stacks, but we're not even in the pits yet. And coming out now as well, we're going to be behind the rival. He goes soft, but he's got tyre management. Or tyre. Extra life with that Lumberjack. And Latifi coming out in pretty much the back of the grid. But he'll make up a lot of positions. Sadly, it won't be quick enough. So we give it a go. We've pushed it as hard as we can so far. We're going to move up at least 2 places to P7. 1 more even P6. So this rival has destroyed us. Latifi's just too far back to beat Frank. RML Racing and AE Wallace probably sitting there laughing now. Thanks, guys. As we go racing again, and that Lumberjack's going to help him so much away from me. But can Perez get anywhere further? Latifi's up to P14. The rival now past Perez in P6. But we keep pushing from P7. Can we go up the inside? We can. So we move up to P6. And P5. Good move there by Perez on that self-control. And as we come down to start lap 7, we've got the rivals just in front of us. So we're keeping them honest. And we've got to move up the inside. Oh, we nearly got Lewis Hamilton there. That would have been a turn up for the books. Hey, well, explains the safety car. Yeah, that's what cost me, guys. Safety car. If that weren't for that safety car, we'd have won this race. Well, Russell's going to hold us up on the hard tyres. We're actually... Oh, I thought we were past him then. I'm pretty sure that was our position then. Perez down the straight on the mediums with a late lunge. Can't get it done. Can we go up the inside? We can. So we do get up to P4. Latifi in P8 and P7. So I'm pretty happy with the end result of this race. Sadly, I don't think we're going to win with a safety car anyway. But we've still got Perez and Latifi up into the top 6. And Latifi going all to the line. So P4 and P6. Well done to Frank. Tough matchup for me, that. But we gave it a go. Sadly, we didn't succeed. And it was very much dominant in stats. Let's have a look what they were using. Level 7 Norris, level 7 Hamilton, and the car weren't far off what I've got. Mine just slightly stronger, I'd say. Looking at your sort of reliability stats, but hey, we'll take it. That's not too bad. You hold your hands up when you lose, that is for sure. And luckily, we don't even have to open a crate that time because we lost. So that helps me a massive chunk. Okay then, so do I trust you all to pick another boost? Because you absolutely done me over there. And I don't know if I trust you all to do it again. So what can we do? You've probably got one more boost I'm going to see. Eri wants me to use voice. I can happily use voice. RML, I haven't seen it, mate. I'll have to check it out. One more boost from somebody in here. Whoever puts next. We've got Eri with the voice. Voice I'm happy with. Voice is not a bad boost at all. And Zed uses pretzel. So Zed wants me to lose basically, and Eri wants me to win. That's pretty much what we're learning from this. Let's go, Series 12. Let's see if we can pick up a win here. And look at the matchup. Wow. What are we going to do against that? This is like GP weekend. So voice and pretzel. A pretzel can be good in its own right. When you've got so many boosts, it's not very good, if that makes sense. But, you know, we'll try. P10 and P18 against P2 and P5. Oh dear. I don't even know. I can't even... If I'm using pretzel, I can't go long. So I've got to go shorts. Oh no, this is going to be poor, this. I've actually set me up for a failure. Right then, let's go. Can't repeat boost. Yeah, I'm going to try and use different boosts. I was thinking about doing the car parts and letting you pick the car parts, but based on your boost choices, no chance. So we've got a real player as well, because he's boosting off the line. And we are P7. I think he's gone in the lead as well, yeah. So pretty much a formality that we're not going to win this race. But you never know. There could be like a nuclear bomb that comes down, blows up his two drivers, and we come back and win. 4 hard I could have done, but it had been so painful. Let's have a guess then, right? Where am I going to finish? Where are my two drivers going to finish in this race? And the rival has not cancelled the pits. The rival has not cancelled the quick start pits. Oh no. Oh no, what's the rival done? The rival shot himself in the foot. Unless they did that on purpose to give me a race, the rival has absolutely ruined the strategy. Oh dear God. Oh, I can't believe he's done that. How embarrassing. On stream as well, guys. On stream. So Perez into P2, right behind P1. Latifi down in P15. Will make up a few positions coming in this lap. Can't believe the rival didn't cancel the pit. That has helped us massively in this race, and it's kind of turned us into the possibility of winning. But it's still going to be tough because the rival was already pitted. We haven't. So we come round. We've got Hamilton ahead of us, who's not going to pit. Yeah, I don't think he did have any intent, did he? I think it was too casual by the rival. And hopefully we can get out in front of P9. Coming round now. Not quite. So we're going to boost. I don't think we're in a strong position still, though, guys, because this guy's got 2 laps left, and we're only doing 2 laps. So I think this guy's still going to win, because he's just done an early pit stop. That's all. But let's see. So Perez, will the rival pit this lap? I think the rival might have to pit this lap. Let's see. I mean, he might try and conserve though, because obviously he needs to stretch his stint out. Come on, Perez, get past. Will the rival pit? The rival doesn't. We should be able to surely get past here. If we get past, we can match the strategy. We're going to come back for some mediums. Yes, and we're into the lead. Into the lead. What about Latifi? Latifi's doing, well, I don't know, whatever he wants to do at the minute. P18 up to P15. I think Latifi's still too far behind at the moment. Perez is accelerating off at the front. So it looks like we're going to tick off a P1 here. But P14 for Latifi is still going to come back and hurt us a bit. Latifi trying to get past Norris is up to P13. And we're going to keep boosting Perez. We'll get him away. Rival going to pit though from P8. And we're also going to pit now from P13. So a good pit stop needed as we come in. Rival just here as well. Going on to the mediums. And we've got a pit. Remember, we've got the quick pit stop time with Latifi as well. So that pretzel boost is coming in wonders at the minute. Who would have thought? And Perez coming down the main straight. So this has turned on its head. But we're still only just in the lead. It's Latifi's got to catch up with the rival. He's going to go right down to the wire. Right down to the wire. I've got to get past Vettel. I need to stay behind the rival. Sebastian Vettel in my way at the moment. Don't think he's going to pit either. Oh, he is. And that releases us into P13. So we're right behind the rival. We've got to stay there though. Because one place is going to separate us. The rival P3 and P4, P2 and P3 are going to pit. So we've got to stay one position behind the rival. And we're going to get ahead here, or are we? No, we're not. Big racing at the end of this race. Can we go up the inside? We're pushing the rival as hard as we can. We haven't got loads of tyre management either. Up the inside, can we do it? No. So we're coming down now to this section. We're going to conserve. Rivals pushing. I don't think you can usually overtake through here. So I'm going to save my tyres. And I'm going to start boosting again. And we've got to break down on the McLaren. That McLaren could haunt us here. We need to get past that McLaren as well as this rival. Rival now passed. That switches it. We're past as well. It's going to come down to P7 and P6. I think we're going to lose. Oh, we've kept it. We have kept the win. Level on points. And the rival absolutely messed that one up. And that was what was an excellent race in Baku. Fantastic race that we managed to win because the rival did the pit stop glitch and failed to cancel. So brilliant, brilliant move there. Thank you, Zed, for the applause. We'll take that all day. Rails, nice to see you, mate. That was a brilliant race. Thank you, guys. Thank you for that. So we're going to make this our last race now because we've done a fair stint on this live stream. And it was a bit of a one-off having done that. So let's celebrate with a race from the front, let's say, with our main drivers. That was a brilliant race in Baku there. The rival not pitting, gave us a great start to that race. Made it feel like a proper race. So here we go. Last race of the stream. Thank you so much for watching as well, guys. If you haven't already, do drop us a subscribe. Just helps us push to the next goal. Rails, you've got level 6, mate, and we're on about 120 so far. So we're pushing closer to 200. but we're not too bad at all. Harry wanted me to use reindeer. Too late for that, Harry. I apologise. I might remember next time. Next time I'm streaming, get straight on, we'll use it. But we're going to finish off on what looks like to me when I race Series 12. This is majority what I seem to get. And remember as well, anyone who's watching at the moment, tomorrow will be the free-to-play account. I launch that every Tuesday where you can see how I've done in GP. On Wednesday, we'll have qualifying for the Chinese Lunar New Year event. And then Thursday, Friday, not sure if I haven't really got anything in the pipeline as of yet, but I'll keep an eye out to see if I can put anything together. And then, yes, Saturday and Sunday, it'll be a case of moving back on to the GP weekend grind and seeing how we do. How has everyone found the stream, though? If you haven't spoke up yet, do drop a message in the chat. Have you enjoyed the live strategy gameplay? Have you enjoyed me doing the different strategies that I promote myself and working our way up? Do let me know if you have enjoyed it. If you like me doing it, do you like the live streams? Do you prefer me doing it? Let me know. Because it is interesting to see. And it is very enjoyable as well. Definitely something I enjoy doing, bringing you the content for this game. So here we go, we're into the second part of this race. Max Verstappen leading. Bit of a double stack, but you know, never mind. And Max Verstappen comes back out in the lead. A. Wallace has had fun. Brilliant, mate, that's great to hear. We've had a few decent views on here as well. I think hopefully everybody's learned something. We've learned not to give up. We've learned not to trust RML Racing giving us boosts. I think we've also learnt that part. We thoroughly blame him for our one loss that's on the stream. We don't blame my skills at all, of course. RML Racing's been here a lot. He knows. I'll see you in the next one. That is the famous quote at the end that we use as we come round in lap 5. Almost at 700. Yep, I was over 700, mate, but because I've made the move to a different team, sadly, the previous team haven't kept their faith, which is a shame, but I kind of knew it would happen. But I appreciate people support me individually rather than hold a vendetta, let's say. But never mind, it's all good. So lap 6, we've got Hamilton in the lead and Max Verstappen into P2. Still nice, easy 47 points. Yeah, thanks, Zed. Thank you for coming along. It's very much appreciated. Appreciate your viewing and your support on the channel as always. That's the same for every single one of you. Helps me for a killer few hours in the evening as we lose some battery percentage as well. So nice perfect timing to end this, you would say, as Hamilton comes out of the pits and Verstappen continues through. With one lap to go, and we'll look forward to seeing you all later in the week as well. Verstappen comes around for the final lap of the stream. 31 degree heat in Bahrain. I wish it was 31 degrees here because it's currently -3. Let me have a look at the old app. Yeah, -2 at the minute here. In the UK, it's pretty cold. It's snowing earlier as well. Snow. God help us. But we're coming around with lap the rival. Nice and easy race. 47 points in the bag. Nice little, probably green crate, I imagine, at the end of this. But we are done and dusted in Series 12 today. We've had a good 15, 16 races on the stream. We've only lost one, which was a very tough race indeed. But we certainly pushed every opponent. We had quite a few human rivals as well, which was nice to see. It's not nice to see in GP, but it's nice to see here. Which has made for some fun viewing. Which has been great. So let's continue over the line. Let's bring it back to the main menu. And we'll sign off this as always. Rival come around. P21 for the rival. P22. Will they get P23? Not so lucky. And we come across. So 47. Nice green gate to finish as always. And yeah, that is it for the stream. Thank you so much for watching. Appreciate all the support that you give me week in, week out. All the views, all the subscriptions. It definitely means a lot. And as always, I will catch you in the next one, which will most likely be tomorrow and Wednesday. Cheers, guys. Thank you so much.